Coming up next is DC News number 73, where we go across the DC universe and cover stories on Flashpoint, and Bo covers all of the companion books and one-shots that are attached to it. Also, Teen Titans Games from Wolfman Perez, we talk about that. Wednesday Comics is going to get a sequel, he's got news about that. Elseworlds and Milestone are also touched on, and Frank Quietly's doing something over in the Vertigo universe. It's coming your way sometime real soon. All that and more coming up in 60 seconds. The 20th every month is Founders Day here at Alternate Reality, and on the 20th, you can save 20% off everything I've got in the store. All my comics, trade paperbacks, action figures, statues, posters, supplies, gaming stuff, everything is 20% off on the 20th, except for this week's shipping and my buy-in-bulk supplies, but everything else is 20% off. So stop on down to Alternate Reality on the 20th of every month and save yourself 20% off.
Notice how the networks don't tell you about DC Comics. Making better Americans. Here's Comic Book Man and Bo.
Well, hello, beautiful.
DC Comic Book News, Episode 73, Shorn Sheep Revolt.
Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
DC News.
DC News, and DC News is coming to you from Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all new comics are always 15% off every single day for every single one, including every one of my DC Comics comics.
What? He keeps the sword at very comfortable 74 degrees.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Really?
Yes, I do. And this episode of DC News, we're going across the DC universe, and we're starting with Flashpoint.
Nice.
Fill us in on Flashpoint, Bo.
How late it is.
Flashpoint supposedly is actually going to ship on time.
Is it?
We assume.
Yeah, well, I've been speaking, if you've been watching
We
Ship Shape
assume.
Update, I have been talking about Flash number 10 and 11 now being late for quite some time, which scares the hell out of me
You're supposed
because
to
they
set the
can't
table,
get
right?
they can't get the core book of Flashpoint out on time before Flashpoint starts.
You know what's going to happen?
What?
10's going to ship, and 2 weeks later, 11's going to ship.
I think 12 is pushed back too. I'm
And then,
not sure.
Well, 12 is the beginning of Flashpoint, so we got a problem. We got.
It's going to be a trade paperback before the first one comes out.
So anyway, well, you've got all these companion limited series in one shot. You're going to have the Legion of Doom. Emperor Aquaman is going to be written by Tony Bedard. The World of Flashpoint, a one called Hal Jordan, one called Dead Man and the Flying Graysons, one called Deathstroke and the Curse of the Ravager, one called Batman Night of Vengeance from Brian Azzarello.
Batman
Eduardo
what?
Night of Vengeance from Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Rizzo. Man, I'm looking forward to that.
No,
one.
he's just taking speech pads.
Citizen Cold, written and drawn by Scott Collins. Reverse Flash. Grod of War, not God of War.
Grod of War.
Grod of War. Green Arrow Industries. The Canterbury Cricket. I have no idea what that is. Secret 7, that's the George Perez, Peter Milligan book. The Outsider, written by James Robinson. Evan Sir, the Green Lantern. He doesn't die in Flashpoint. Lois Lane and the Resistance. Wonder Woman and the Furies. Kid Flash Lost, starring Bart Allen.
Hope they find him.
Frankenstein and the Creatures of the Unknown. That'll be by Doug Monkey. And
DC.
Project Superman.
DC is such a hard-on about Frankenstein. They really do.
Those,
I thought it was just Grant Morrison, but he really got a
no, they
hard-on
really
about
love it.
Frankenstein.
But those are the companion series and the one-shots that'll be surrounding Flashpoint, which we assume is going to ship on time.
That's a big assumption on our part.
C2E2's coming up. I don't think the Kuberts are going to be there,
big
but I think Jeff Johns is going to be there. He's going to go, Jeff, is the book going to ship on time or not? And if he doesn't give you an answer, it's going to be late.
Another book that was delayed, which is finally getting scheduled and is finally shipping, is Wolfman and Perez's Teen Titans graphic novel.
Games. All Perez's stuff is in. Mike Perkins has got the last 2 pages to be inking. All the lettering's done. The coloring is just about done. So the book will be coming out, I'm assuming probably October, November, because if you've got that Batman Earth 1 shipping around Christmas time, you don't want to ship 2 hardcovers the same month.
No.
Wouldn't be a good idea.
No. But then again,
You know.
you
Yeah,
know,
well, actually, you know what? If you go to Amazon.com, they'll actually tell you when the book's soliciting because they get that stuff really, really in advance.
Yeah.
So, don't know.
okay. Wednesday Comics. We talked before about Wednesday Comics and there being a follow-up to it. You have a follow-up to the follow-up to the follow-up.
DC officially announced that there'll be a follow-up to the book. Editor Mark Chiarella is supervising the new edition. Some of the people who worked on the first edition are working on that, but apparently some brand new people working on it. There was a rumor that Steve Rude was working on stuff and a couple other people, but it wasn't confirmed. Bob Harris at the Emerald City Con said, yes, we are doing a Wednesday Comics Volume 2.
Okay. Elseworlds, as everyone remembers, Elseworlds is the What If series that DC started up in the 90s. It ran through the mid-2000s.
Wouldn't that be Flashpoint?
Isn't it coming back?
No, Elseworlds is not coming back, but
No.
DC says they've got something on the table that's kind of close to it.
Called Just Imagine.
It's probably called Nels Worlds or something.
Nels Worlds, yes. Nels Worlds.
Nels
Meanwhile, over in the milestone corner of the DC Universe, yes, milestone, go right ahead. Go right ahead. DC Universe, there's something going on.
Well, aside from the launch of Zombie, which is coming up this week.
This week, XOMBI.
XOMBI. There are also plans for the other Milestone characters besides the Static series.
Static.
But the Wildstorm characters, they're still in limbo, which means don't expect to see any of them anytime soon.
I would assume the death of Dwayne McDuffie is not going to help
Yeah, they
that out.
probably lost their biggest
Well,
champion there.
yeah. I mean, they're gonna have to start pimping that. But you've got a couple of other Milestone characters you could probably do something with. You can hang out in the Justice League or something.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as someone behind the scenes pushing to get the stuff out, Dwayne McDuffie, I would assume was the point man. For that.
that's gonna be an issue with them getting the suckers out.
Yeah, I don't know who the point man is going to be now from Milestone.
Because none of the people who worked on the book are actually still working. I mean, Dennis Cowan doesn't even work at
Yeah,
Comics.
but somebody in honor of him should be doing
That
something.
would be Dennis Cowan.
Last story we have is in the Vertigo universe. We 3 has got that great big old hardcover coming out. What's up with that?
Frank Quitely is currently working on the 10 new pages of story for the hardcover, but people always wondered, why is Frank Quitely stuff late? Frank Quitely's got sciatica. He's got back issues, and that's why his stuff is late, because he deals with his back problems. But he's drawing those too, and other than that, the only thing I've heard about Frank Quitely is that he and Mark Millar are working on some kind of independent book.
Oh, okay. Well, that's it. We're done. We're finished Rivalry. We got no more DC news. We've covered all the bases in the DC universe. But you can go to the store's website and check out even more DC news that he sends me that I post up there. And where's the store's website at?
Sarah knows, but she's drawing Flashpoint to get the book out on time.
www.myalternateleality.com. It's inspirational.
So go to the store's website, check out all of his DC news. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man,
This is Bo.
reminding you that also while you're at the store's website, check out Sweet Dan Sweet's DC comic reviews. Dan
He
reviews
loves
a bunch of
comics.
DC
Loves
comics that I
comics.
put in his hot little hands, and he reviews all the stuff I give him, and he always has a DC review out there someplace.
Give him a little head start on it.
So be sure to stop off at the store's website and check those out. Until next time, this is Comic Book Man.
And Bo.
Saying, bye. Alternate Reality is located at 3149 West 111th Street. That's the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in Chicago, the beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood neighborhood. You can always reach us at 773-881-HERO or at the store's website, www.myalternatereality.com.
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.